So, today will be my review of The Black Phone, and that was the creepiest mask I had for this little intro. But yeah, I wasn't really going to see this movie, but then something came up, and I was like, oh yeah, let's see it. Watched it at nighttime, that was a mistake. But yeah, this will be a full spoiler review of Scott Derrickson's The Black Phone. I'm really excited to get into this full spoiler review, so yeah, I'll jump right into that with the mixed. There's only two things I'm mixed on. One is the dad. Like, I feel like they tried to give him a bit of redemption at the end, but it didn't really work because it's like, oh, he beat them, and it's kind of hard to feel sorry for him. And it does kind of emphasize how the kids have to stick together, and how the world isn't even perfect now that he's out, or now that Finney's out of the basement. But I still feel like maybe instead of him beating the kids, it maybe should have been like, oh, he just yells at the kids. Because that's a little bit more forgivable, and that one is kind of more easy to accept that when he's helping out his kids and asking for an apology. Then also the window, I didn't feel like that paid off too much. Like, they had this whole thing about, like, he got the cord and he pulled down the bars, but that never really led to anything. I know it's kind of supposed to be like, oh, there's a lot of false leads that the other kids went for, but that never worked. But that was like maybe one or two kids wasted just on that false lead. But those are my only mixed things. On to the positives. First off, this movie's freaking terrifying. Because sure, like the supernatural elements, like his sister's dreams and the phone itself are really creepy and add to the suspense. I feel like the scariest part of this is the realism of these kids in the 70s walking home from school, and this guy in a mask posing to be friendly takes them, throws them in his van, kidnaps them. And it's just the terrifying realism and possibility of that makes it scary. And the suspense of every scene in the basement where he's trying to break out, you're afraid that the grabber is going to come right back in and beat him for what he's doing. And there's so much suspense in that. So, like, there's not really a moment you feel safe throughout the rest of the movie once he's grabbed. I thought all the performances were fantastic. Finney and his sister did great as child actors with their bond and their determination to get out or save her brother. I thought they did a great job. And all the child actors who played the voices on the phone, I think, did a great job as kind of spirits who were gone, but they really still want to help Finney get out of there just so their deaths weren't wasted. Ethan Hawke is terrifying as the grabber. I liked him a lot in Moon Knight. That might be the only thing I've seen him in, maybe a couple other things. But here he is just terrifying, especially with how he emotes with just the mask on. And the way the mask, like, highlights his emotions is just so terrifying. And then I like how there's multiple escape attempts and how one doesn't work, even though he gets so close. I liked how, like, everything kind of converged in on the end where Finney broke out and killed him at the same time as his brother found him and the sister got the cops. I thought that all worked out well. I like how the movie feels like the 70s. Like, it doesn't just tell you that it's the 70s. Like, it looks that way and feels that way, just in all part of it. And, like, people are like, oh, we had so much more freedom back then. But yeah, things were also more dangerous back then. And that kind of exemplifies that in this movie. It's got a great creepy score, and I like for how all of Madeline's visions, or not Madeline, I'm not sure if that's the sister's name, for all the sisters' visions, like they kind of use like some found camera footage and just uses all these flashbacks to the kids' lives. I thought was unique. And I love how Finney was the one to take down the grabber. It wasn't like, oh, the cops got him. It's like this one kid who's been tortured by him and hurt by him is, after he hurt and killed so many other kids, it's the kid who takes them out. And not just him locked away in a cell. I thought that really worked out. I liked how a lot of other things paid off in the end, with the stake being used to stop the dog, him falling into the pit that Finney dug. I thought that all worked out. And I like how not a lot of the characters make stupid decisions. Most characters in horror movies make stupid decisions, but no one in here really does that. Finney seems very smart, and he seems to, like, weigh his options every time he does something, which I really like. So it's got real terror, but it's also really smartly written and really well shot. So I'm not a big horror movie guy, and despite a few minor issues I had with it, I still thought this is a fantastic movie with an amazing cast, exemplified by the realism of the situation and how this could happen or could have happened aside from the supernatural elements. So The Black Phone, not necessarily my kind of movie, but still a fantastically well-made movie, by the way, that had me on the edge of my seat, watching through my fingers, but I still couldn't look away, despite how scared I was. So I give The Black Phone a 9 out of 10. I hope you guys like the review. Another horror review with Jordan Peele's Nope coming up soon. So I hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.